administration has called George Bush everything except something good to eat. But I'm going to tell you one thing. George Bush was class. Absolute class. Still is. Obama is a thug. A thug from Chicago with Chicago thuggery politics. This Gulf problem, why is our gas right now at $3 a gallon? Why? Well, it's just like the cap and trade. By necessity, your electric rates are going to have to skyrocket. Wait a minute. Why does our gas have to skyrocket? Because Barack Obama doesn't want us to be in the oil business. Because if we're in the oil business, it's going to drive the price down. It's going to keep a lid on the Saudis, who spend half their money on trying to destroy us. When they asked us to defend them, we won't even get into that piece of it. And we spend all of this money, for them. Barack Obama doesn't want us in the oil business. He wants us out. Why? Because he can find some poor-ass little country that the people don't want to work, and he can go in and he can let them set up the oil business and do whatever they want to environmentally, because some of the people that have benefited out of this whole oil ordeal, I'll get that out without screwing it up, are some of these countries that the whole coast is coated with oil. And see, that will take jobs away from Americans, or Mexican Americans, or Mexicans that want to be Americans, if they could just dream about it. And it gives this little country that doesn't have a pot to pee in money. Takes it away from us, gives it to them. Takes it away from us, gives it to them. Wait a minute, there's a recurring theme here. What is that? Oh yeah, that's right, that's called redistribution of wealth. But why would he want to redistribute the wealth to people in another country? Oh, that's right. It's because him and his buddy George Soros and Warren and Van Jones and Bill Ayers and these clowns, they want to redistribute the wealth along with the unions in a global society. Yeah, I could dig that. No, I can't. I live in the greatest country in the world, and he's destroying it. Question remains, was the White House powerless to control the federal agencies like, say, the Coast Guard? Or was he more just unwilling to do anything because it would make him look bad? Remember, he's not a stupid man. He may be totally different than we are in his ideology, but he's not stupid. George Bush's crew kind of screwed him over when Katrina came through, and Barack sits back and don't even come down there, and when he does, he cusses Bobby Jindal out, and he don't want any more criticism, so he just keeps his butt in Washington, and he don't have to worry about it. Yeah. Are we these agencies puppets in the hands of BP? Yeah, I think they were puppets in the hands of Washington, D.C., don't you? That's the only thing that makes any sense, is that Washington was puppets to BP, and no, come on. Folks, this is crazy. Number 3, 10% unemployment isn't so bad. The media myth, there are signs of hope in the labor market. The U.S. has seen the longest stretch of 9.5% or higher unemployment since records have been kept since 1948. I've read it, Bloomberg said it. In November, it went up to 9.8%. Now, I have never seen an administration who will stand up and say, I've got to have this stimulus bill or we are going to have unbridled job loss in this country. If you give me these billions and billions of dollars, folks, we will not see unemployment go more than 8%. But then, you know, your liberal media has to start their spin. This unemployment thing has gone from bad to worse to a tenth of a point better, back to worse. It just keeps getting higher. But despite anything that happens, the spin is different. Our president gets up and he says, oh, we had 6 jillion new jobs this year, but yet unemployment grows larger. Unemployment's better. I love Rush Limbaugh's description of Joe Biden, Joe Bite Me. I just love that. He sends Joe Biden out on the summer tour, the summer of recovery. Because unemployment is going to get underhand. We've gotten GM healthy. They paid their loans back. Lie, lie. Everything's going to be good. Princess Pelosi, Barney Rubble, Fred Flintstone, they've all come up here and they put a bill together, and I'm going to spin, and I guarantee you it's not going to be more than 8%, and then we'll get this country back on the right road. Now remember, right at the beginning of this thing, if you didn't see it, go back to YouTube or go to the website, www.conservativefreedomusa.com, and you can listen to the first of the show. We played a clip where Obama doesn't feel like the people appreciate what he's done. Now, all of this is happening. Nothing is better. It keeps getting worse. We keep giving money to unemployed people, which is, you know, they cite the experts, but gosh, we just can't seem to find a name attached to those experts. Please, Mr. President, Mr. Gibbs, quit getting up there and throwing bull up on the wall and see if it sticks. Give me the name of the expert. I want to read what he's got to say because I think you're lying to me. I think you're lying to me. I want to read all these people and I want to see how renowned they are. Because when I listen to guys like O'Reilly and Beck and Rush and gosh, just a ton, and Alex Jones and these guys, and they start talking about the lies, they cite the guys that really are experts and really do have facts, and you can read the report. So how about let's doing that? I don't think that's going to happen to y'all. Nah, we'll try it. I don't think it's going to happen. But then I think when you start looking at this 10% unemployment myth, I think the most classless position of this president was to get on national TV and say, if we hadn't have done it, it would have been worse. I'm going to tell you what. There's some things sometimes that just keep you off your rocker. This is one that keeps me off a rocker because I want to apply that logic. I would have a lot more money than I do now if I didn't have an ex-wife or two. Consequently, the government should give me some money because it could have been worse. I could have 4 ex-wives. I wanted to buy a car and it cost too much.